Alrighty everyone, welcome on into the It's Dangerous to Go Alone All Stars. Now if this is your first time seeing what the All Stars is, it's pretty much, it's still It's Dangerous to Go Alone. People enter in solo, you get put into teams. Format's a little bit different because, you know, there's maybe a few less teams. That's because every single person who is playing today has earned at least 1,000 signal strength. And first up today, we have Coordinated Chaos against Abundant Adrenaline. Now, if you have ever played in It's Dangerous to Go Alone, one of the 43 seasons that we have run at this point, and trust me, that I've been here for every single one of them. It's been a long time coming. There's a lot of opportunities for you to earn signal strength, and you know, this is a way we get to reward some people and get to play a bit more. Get to see what they're made of themselves. So on the side of Coordinated Chaos, of course, we've got Epic, Banana, Quell, and Jason. Side of Abundant Adrenaline, we got Peter, Andreas, Kyodai, and Mish. And you know, we're already looking at some of the comps that could really come out of here. Yeah, we do have, you know, obviously you have a lot of shots in there. What I'm really interested to see, having to see a lot of Julies on the side of Coordinated Chaos, you know, which kind of fits their name, Coordinated Chaos. You have what? You got the Banana with the Tetras and both of the standard Splat Julies. Quill with the, bringing out the Tetra Julies, and then Jason bringing out the Anparies. There's a lot of chaos to be happening there. And then on the side of Abundant Adrenaline, yes, we do have that Tri-Stringer come out from the side of Andreas. And then a few more, well, I wouldn't say exactly meta. Obviously, Peter brings in the shots and the machine, which the machine used to be very much in the meta. Star Silver, you are the bow user. We are you now. And yes, it is going to be a bit more the casual commentator booth here, because if you can't see right in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, I am the only commentator here today, and you know, it's kind of fitting. I've been here all these years. I'll keep it going for years more to come. I'm just gonna wonder why yeah, you can start. I say yes. I say yes, you shall start. they're just chilling in the team select screen, and now the countdown begins. While that countdown is beginning, we'll take a look at the maps we'll be seeing for round number 1. Up first will be Tower Control on Hagglefish Market. Then we've got Barnacle and Dime Zones, Roborom, Rainmaker, Scorch Gorge, Clam Blitz, and then to round it up, if we get up to a game 5, that will be Ink Blot Art Academy on Tower Control. Now, it is a little bit of a different format to your standard IDTGA. So how it's working today is that it is a best of 5 round robin. Up to the top 2 teams will progress into the top cut. Round robin is best of 5, top cut best of 7. So you'll be seeing 4 rounds today, but up to, what if I can do the math, 22 games we could encounter. So yeah, still could be pretty lengthy. Still could see what might happen here. And I'm curious to see how we're gonna start off game 1, because you know, while these teams are certainly well versed in the mechanics of being a free agent and having to work together with new teammates in this type of scenario, it's not, the teams aren't necessarily as close together as they are in traditional sense, since they are split across what's normally considered all 3 brackets. But it's time to get into game number 1, Tower Control on Hagglefish Market. We have coordinated chaos in yellow, abundant adrenaline in the purple. Let's see what these two teams bring on out. And interesting to see Jason bringing out that tri-stringer when, you know, that was not said on that map on the roster. So, you know, you see things that you don't get to expect, and that's what we love to see here. Ink Zuka coming straight out and sending Mara back onto the spawn pad, and another Ink Zuka is going to come out in retaliation, but that isn't going to find any picks, unfortunately. Quell goes down right there into Kyodai's Splat Bomb, and now this gives Abundant Adrenaline an opportunity to get on forward, to try and find a way to break on through, and they are on that tower. Tri-Stringer does go down, Banana on the crab, just dancing on top of the pavilion, but Andreas all the way on the other side of the market, just getting through that first checkpoint, and Mara getting that splat down onto Banana. That's certainly going to help them move that tower even further, get the bubble on out, try and help them clear that second checkpoint. Andreas coming in with the jump. That is the second checkpoint cleared, and now only one person left alive on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Coordinated Chaos now has an opportunity to pick up the tower and look at getting a counter push going. The Killer Whale is going to spot Kyodai over there, displace them a bit, but with no one there to really follow it, that Killer Whale is going to kind of become a bit redundant there, not really being able to make much of an impact over the game. Seeing Quell here, just trying to get some special going, trying to get that ink coverage, trying to spot out members, gets the splat straight on Tamara. Are they going to be able to find a second pick there? No, they aren't. But the Clash Blaster Kyodai is going to find them. No, sorry. Andreas and the Tri-Stringer got them there. As now Peter sees the crab. Can they get the flank? Can they connect the shots? They get the assist. That's good enough for me, but they do get the full-on splat onto Quell as Abundant Adrenaline picks up the tower, stopping Coordinated Chaos from clearing their first checkpoint. And now they want to get back into the position that they were in at the first half of this game, and they want to now take it all the way home. And, you know, getting two splats there. It's a good way to get that started. Mara trying to get their special ongoing, but Jason on the defense with the Tri-Stringer, looking to try and push away some of the members of Abundant Adrenaline. 3 players down. It's a good way to do it. Good way to stop any form of pushes when you have no members to make a push. Banana, they have the crab ready. They need to find a good position to get it. Is this going to be good enough? They're out in the middle of the map. A flank is going to come on around the tower. It's going to kind of give them a little bit of scratch on the back. Is Banana going to get the spot onto Peter? No, Peter takes them on out. Is Peter going to stay alive here, though? They're trying to fight alongside these people, but they do not get Epic down. And now, again, you're constantly seeing 3 players down, but on the other side, it is kind of good. They're not getting complete knockouts. They're not getting complete wipeouts, which gives them these moments, gives their opportunities to still make something happen, even though they've got 1 player left. Like, you can still get jumps. You still got some of your special. You can still do something with a player left. It's not a full-on wipeout where you're all sent back to the spawn pad. Now, Peter, they have their Tri-Zuka at the ready. 3 members on the side of Abundant Adrenaline have their specials ready. This could be a big move, especially if Peter gets the splats here, but they are only going to trade. That Tri-Zuka is also going to go down with them. And Banana, 50 seconds left on the clock. He is going to try and have something happen. Kyodai, though, gets 2 with their Tri-Zuka. 40 seconds left on the clock, and they're going to try and find some more. Gets another with the Clash Buster. Can they make that a quad? No, they can't. Quell just making sure that the number 4 does not go into their pockets. And now they get another splat. Can they get something to happen here? This is the last opportunity, and getting that splat onto Andreas is certainly a way to start their final hurrah and to try and get this game back from the clutches of Abundant Adrenaline. They've only got overtime to get to it. Jason on the tower with the stringer. Mara's popped out the bubble. Azuka onto tower. Banana on the crab. But no one's on the tower. And that will be the first game going to Abundant? Yes. Sorry. I'm forgetful sometimes. Abundant Adrenaline. They take home the first game of the set. If I can find my mouse. There we go. Abundant Adrenaline, they take that first game. And now, we'll be moving on to Barnacle and Dime Splat Zones. Now, a lot of Trizukas we saw that last game. I don't have a tally of them, but I'm sure there was probably at least 15 total between all the team members, which is... There was a lot of Trizukas, A, firing, and a lot of Trizukas to B, avoid, because both, it's hard to necessarily get all your shots to connect, but it can be even harder to be aware not only that a Trizuka's firing at you, but kind of be aware that a Trizuka can be ready to fire you, because you can obviously see the specials at the top of your screen. So being ready to go on the defensive when you do see that happen. Moving on to Barnacle and Dime. Obviously, it's Splat Zones. Still very much a defensive mode as opposed to the other two modes we have, Tower Control, Splat Zones, both the more defensive focused modes we have in Splatoon 3. Barnacle and Dime, I'm obviously Trizuka. Probably will still see it return. It's beloved right now. What else can I say? It's there. It exists. It's gonna keep on existing for a long time. But what else am I expecting to see? I don't know. Let's take a look back over to the rosters. And very much expecting to see the crab come back from Banana. Qual might opt to bring either the ballpoint and the Tri-Slosher. Both can be very deadly on Barnacle and Dime, so could very much easily see either of those. On the side, Kyodai will probably very likely return that blaster. They were having a ball with that last game, and we shall see if they decide to bring it out again as we head into game number 2. And then we got a lot of same picks coming out, but a lot of different ones as well. Bit of a 50-50 split. Jason then switching over to the heavy, and Epic switching over to the NZAP on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. We've got a Forge Splattershot Pro getting switched on over, and I think that's about the only change we're seeing on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. If it's not broke, why fix it? As we're getting this first game started, Corner and Chaos getting a very early first lead into the set, but with one player going down, 3 players going down on the side of Corner and Chaos. That will certainly be the end of that push, unless Jason, as a heavy, they can paint it up for a little bit, but they cannot keep up the pressure forever, as that will be the zone flip. But 2 players going down. Can Corner and Chaos maintain their lead as they push back the members of Peter and Andreas? They're looking at trying to recap the zone, and no one there painting it allows them to get it, maintaining their lead even further. But Epic goes down to Peter's bomb, and now they're just trying to get something on. They want to keep their lead going. That's the penalty cleared, but are they going to be able to follow with even more points on the board? Sending the Forge Splattershot Pro home and the Splattershot Junior. They're going to need to do a little bit more. No, the Trizuka paints that corner, flipping the zone and giving a 24-point penalty to the side of Corner and Chaos. And that's going to now give Abundant Adrenaline an opportunity to maybe take over the zone. But with only Kyodai there, who's not Clash Blaster, great at getting splats over corners, not so great at getting ink over your feet. But Kyodai goes down as 2 members go and push up over those stacks. Banana here going right up close and personal into the faces of Abundant Adrenaline. Them going down, however. Tamara's bomb with so close to getting their crab at the ready, and with 2-3 specials going on to the zone. Epic, the only one left alive. Banana going down. That will be a flip of the zone again. But Colin and Chaos, we saw last time the zone flip that they were able to retake it before the lead got switched. Can they do it again? We shall have to see. Peter trying to just push up, but with the heavy just being around that corner, being a nuisance. There's not much they can do. They do take out Quill on the Trizuka, but Jason on the heavy takes care of them. And now that is a lead switch over to the Button Adrenaline. Corner and Chaos, they need to get some coordination going if they want to flip the zone, and getting 3 players down. And it's exactly the type of coordination I was looking for. And that's going to give them that zone flip, sending most of their members down into the graveyard and giving them some more opportunity to get through their penalty and retake their lead. They're so close to getting it. It's looking like it's going to happen, especially with them pushed up so far against Abundant Adrenaline's backs. With 1 player left alive, it will likely be a zone flip unless they can keep on holding it, but getting it all the way down to it. Wait, they're keeping up the pressure. They're maintaining it, and they can keep it. They're getting even more points on the board. They were able to maintain that hold for long enough to allow the rest of Corner and Chaos to push back into the zone. But the Trizuka is going to get it in a wipeout. That's amazing for Corner and Chaos, but they've still got a 50-point penalty to clear through if they want to get the KO, and that's plenty of time for Abundant Adrenaline to get their specials on board, to find out where the members of Corner and Chaos are, and to maybe look at punishing them. Kyodai with the Trizuka gets spotted by Banana, but Banana then gets taken on out, but a double splat from the Zuka, make that a wipeout. And that will be game number 2 going to Coordinated Chaos. A nice KO for them to come back on from that first on loss. Setting the score 1-1. What a great way for them to start off this tournament, and well, this set and the tournament. It's what you like to see. That is what we will get to see, hopefully, for a bit more today. Go back onto the map list, and we'll be now going onto Ramen, however you like to say it. It is ramen, but it's ramen. I don't know. It's up to you. You choose how you want to say your things. But now we're going to see the aggression come out. The previous 2 modes all about main controlling a stationary object, a stationary zone. Sorry, stationary object. The tower moves, but you don't get to control how it moves. Rainmaker, that is all yours to control and take wherever you shall desire. Or maybe you don't want them to pass. You shall not pass. You shall not collect the Rainmaker. You shall not pass. Go cannot collect $200. Robo-Rom. I'm just thinking, based on what we've seen here, triple shooter, I should say, worked out very well for Corner and Chaos. Just constantly being able to keep that turf up, constantly being able to provide that pressure, that aggression the shooters can provide. Very likely we'll see that return. But what else? What else could happen? I don't know. I'm thinking, but based on the games, obviously, you've got your staples that we've seen people return to before. We got Robo-Roman. Is it Roman? The Romans. I am butchering my pronunciations on everything. Side note: don't do solo commentary on No Sleep. I don't recommend it. It's something. But what I do have is something called a game. As we go into game number 3 of round robin round 1. That's Rainmaker, Robo Ramen. And ooh, the Julies is coming up. You know, we're talking about shooters before. And now we only have 2 in the whole lobby. Gonna see the Splat. Julie's gonna again return from the side of Banana, but Quell is gonna switch over to the Tetras. Then on, sorry, make that's 3 shooters total. And it's a bit of an interesting change we're seeing here. Corner into Chaos. They've been pushed on back Banana, just getting so many bombs thrown at them. They've got the crab ready now. They're gonna look at maybe getting to a good position, maybe push away the members of Abundant Adrenaline to allow some of their members on Corner into Chaos to get back into mid, get a bit more control. There's the crab, but the Trizuka sees them. Are they going to be able to punish them at all? No, they aren't. It's just a range battle between the 2 behemoths. None of them is going to get on top. Peter looking to maybe go on a bit more of the aggressive side, but then the only one left alive, thanks to Banana's nice flank there, is... What? They get stopped. They can stop, but maybe they'll be able to push that even further. They've got the Rainmaker pop, but are they going to be able to deliver? Are they going to be able to pick it up? Are they going to be able to continue on the push? Jason here on the heavy picks up the Rainmaker, but they're going to go down for the checkpoint, and they are going to go clear it as all 4 members swarm around them, making sure that that checkpoint doesn't go any further. But the Reef Slider is going to go and take on out Andreas, but the Clash Blaster and the Splatter Shot is gonna go on, take them back out in retaliation. Rainmaker gets picked up and dropped right away. 1v1 between Peter and Banana. Peter coming out on top. They see the heavy. Can they take them out again? The Trizuka certainly going to deliver on that promise, sending them all the way. Express packaging there. And now Epic has the zap. Can they do something with that? They're just dancing around. 2 members go down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. But can Call into Chaos capitalize on this? Kyoto, only one left alive. And interesting, Call into Chaos is going to go for the left route. But that, while it's not the most typical route, it certainly got them a few points on the board, getting them all the way down to 41. And Kyoto looking to deal with that crab, and the crab got dealt with. Now looking to maybe try and polish Quell, but they've got taken on out. Andreas over on the bottom with the Rainmaker gets taken out themselves by Quell again. But oh, the double combo between the Clash Blaster and the Splat Bomb. Good coordination on their weapon there, just really being able to do some heavy damage. And now Abundant Adrenaline picks up the Rainmaker, gets stopped just shy of the checkpoint. Banana looking at taking care of Peter. Peter though gets dropped down, and now they're gonna have to back up a bit more. Rainmaker stuck in the Rainmaker free zone. A bit ironic there. But it's a really good position for Coordinated Chaos to just keep it there. Like, it's, unless someone from Abundant Adrenaline goes down to pop it, that Rainmaker is just going to stay there to the end of the game. And it's so easy for Coordinated Chaos to stop any form of Abundant Adrenaline to get down there and try and pop it. Seeing Mai here might try and do that, but Epic sees them. And there you go. You're just seeing them stop them time and time again. But Epic, only one left alive. They get taken out, and Rainmaker now gets picked up. Can they clear the checkpoint? Yes, they can, but they're still going to have to do a bit more if they want to take the lead back. They've got to get it down all the way down to 41. Involves them going up the uninkable block and then making a bit more of a push from there. With 45 seconds left on the clock, it's certainly going to be tricky for them to make that happen. Banana, they're looking at doing some damage that they've been doing so consistently throughout this game. But Peter, just make sure that they don't happen. A wipeout is certainly going to give Abundant Adrenaline the opportunity to maybe get the lead back. They're pushing. And that is the lead swap. But Corn and Chaos, they know that they've happened, but the Trizuka is going to pop the Rainmaker from distance and take out more players, giving Abundant Adrenaline more points on the board. Corn and Chaos, they've got to get it all the way down to 12 from their own spawn. Only 50 seconds for them to do that. They don't have much time, and with the Julie's the only one left alive, them being taken out. Rainmaker last one remaining, and now they have been sent home, ending the game. They're giving Abundant Adrenaline the game, and what a great comeback we saw from them. Makes me excited to see what might happen on next. On Scorch Gorge, Clam Blitz. Now, what are we thinking? What are we thinking is gonna happen here? We saw both teams coming out with some pretty good aggression. Abundant Adrenaline just narrowly taking, well, I say narrowly, like that last push, it was a good last push. Like, don't get me wrong. It was a great last push, but both teams really did nail home that aggression and just being able to block that aggression. It's just Abundant Adrenaline managed to get those few fights there in that last 1 minute, and that really delivered them down and got them that final game. But Ducker saying that it'll go 2-2 in the set. You hope you get to the TC Ig Block game. Well, yes, it is going to be one way to find out, and that will be after the next game. Obviously, Abundant Adrenaline did take home tower control in game 1, so they will have that slight advantage if they get up to game 5. So Abundant Adrenaline certainly has the favor here, with them only needing one more game to win the set. What? Will we see any change of comps? Will we see a change of play? Clash getting to go 3-1 would be pretty entertaining, though. It would. You don't see Clash Blaster. Like, yes, they are annoying when you play against them, but you don't see them often in the meta. We're certainly seeing them a lot today from Kyodai. As we go to game number 4. Clam Blitz, Scorch Gorge. The double Julies have gone away, back in favor of the hero shot from Quell. Well, Abundant Adrenaline, I see that 96 deco and the bubbler. We're going to see some Kraken cheese here. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Just wait. Just wait. I am calling it now. It is 100% going to happen. Mara here, they have the big bubbler at the ready, but Corn and Chaos, they're showing their coordination. Double bomb. Mara thought they were avoiding one bomb, but they got taken out by the other one from the behind. Now Corn and Chaos looking at pushing even further, gets the first clam scored, but do they have anything to follow it up with? I think not, as the only other person who has clams gets sent on back to their area of control, which is, it's not near the basket. And now Banana, they have the crab ready, they have the position, they're just waiting for Abundant Adrenaline to get a bit closer to them so they can punish any member of them. And there comes the Kraken. Are they gonna be able to find anything to happen with this? Here comes, is that one of the jumps? No! They got taken out right before the jump, but that Kraken cheese is not gonna do much. But Peter, is going to be able to pick up the clam anyway, using the path that Andreas painted for them. And that will be them now looking at getting some more clams. And that's going to be the lead switch and another power clam going into the basket. A wipeout there as Quell picks up the Rainmaker. And now they're going to keep on there. They're going to quickly retake a lot of turf there. They got the Trizuka ready. Are they going to be able to follow it up with some splats though? No, they aren't. They get splattered by themselves instead. But they're not going to stop the aggression. Epic has the power clam there. Are they going to be able to deliver it into the mailbox though? I don't know if they are able to, as Kyodai takes them out with the Clash Blaster. And everyone has been cleared out from Abundant Adrenaline's base. And no one can score the power clams into the basket. And now, back in the neutral game. Back into the push and pull that is Clam Blitz. And now looking for maybe something else to happen. Maybe looking for another route to go. Maybe trying to see what these players might have to say about the state of the game. Mara just constantly going squid, rolling back and forth, trying to bait out some of the members of Coordinated Chaos. Picks up the power clam there, but now Epic here has the clam. Are they going to do that? But no, they're the last member alive. Mara looking at picking up that Rainmaker, looking at sending on in, and to the basket it goes, clearing majority of that penalty with only one player left alive on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. A great stop to Coordinated Chaos's push as heading into the final minute and 20 seconds. Crab comes out. Zuka comes on out. They have two power clams. They have momentum. But Peter stops them in their tracks. But Banana's still over there. They're still in the corner. They wisely opt to back on out, knowing that nothing else is going to be happening there as the team doesn't have any power clams. But they do have one in reserve. They got one in their pity. So they do have that one tucked away in their back pocket, ready to go. Epic just constantly getting spotted out by Kyodai's Clash Blaster, and Kyodai constantly punishing any member who decides to pick it up, or maybe just send a few and getting that bomb pick as well. Getting Quell back there, and now Kyodai still looking for some opportunities to break through. Still looking to make something happen. If they maintain their hold, they will take home this first round of the tournament. 10 seconds left onto the clock. Members of Abundant Adrenaline are going down left, right, and center, but they're not going to stop them from taking out members in retaliation. Kyodai goes on the mini flank, takes out Epic. Overtime begins. And Coordinated Chaos has only got a few more seconds to get that power clam to the enemy basket. And them going out to the suction bomb from Peter is certainly not going to help them, as that is going to be game number 4 in the set, going to Abundant Adrenaline. Congratulations to you guys. You'll be, well, everyone is moving on to round 2 because this, well, it's round robin. Everyone will be playing everyone till we get up to the grand finals. But until we get up to the next game, I am going to give my little voice a rest, because when you're the only one talking, your voice certainly gets dry. So I will be back, and you'll be back for its date for how many times has it taken me to say that? The IDTJ All-Stars. We will be back. Oh, let me change something first. Wait, we can't say starting soon. We gotta give it a little bit different text. And I can't type either. I can't spell. Round 2 ends with a D, not an F. Last time I checked. Oh. Ooh. We'll see you soon. Hello everyone, and we are back for round numero 2 of the round robin. This time we're seeing coordinated chaos against abundant adrenaline. Obviously you saw abundant adrenaline in the last. I haven't set those teams correctly, haven't I? No, it is not coordinated chaos. It is deserted draw, if I get that fixed on up right there. Deserted draw against abundant adrenaline. Obviously, coordinated chaos. You saw that. You saw them last time, so that means it's not a rematch. But we do get to see abundant adrenaline again. We do get to see some returning. We do get to see probably some more Clash Blaster as well. But the new faces to the tournament. We've got Anchor, Captain Ash, Jed, and Photon Jet. Got obviously Anchor. Ironic for their name. Sticking with Octobrushes and Splattershot Juniors. You know, I find that very very ironic for their name, but I'm curious to see. Maybe they lied about their weapons, and maybe they actually are Anchor. That would make me annoyed. But what doesn't make me annoyed is starting off game number 1. Here we go. Mako Mart Splat Zones. Let's see what the two teams bring out here on the side of Deserted Jaw. We did see that heavy edit come out as well as the Splattershot Junior, Hero Shot, and the N-Parry Julies. And then on the side of Abundant Adrenaline, you got that Plain Shot, Clash Blaster, Tri-Stringer, and Splattershot Junior there as well. Seeing a lot of Splattershot Junior today, which is very interesting. People just like to bring out that big bubbler as Deserted Draw. Use that over in the center of the zone to just maintain that, take back the lead, and keep up the aggression. But Abundant Adrenaline quickly takes it on back, giving them the lead back right there. And then 2 plays down on the side of Deserted Draw. Captain Ash here just looking for a way to break on in. They do have the triple splashdown at the ready. They just need to find a good place to use it. Can they make something happen? Peter goes down, but are they going to find more splats? Sees Kyodai, but Kyodai takes them out before they have anything to do, anything to stop them from happening. Do see the super chumps there get popped on out. Can help Abundant Adrenaline push up further into Deserted Draw's base. They keep on the aggression, keep the momentum on going, and keep their countdown from ticking down. A big bubbler goes popped onto zone. Great positioning from there. I've never... Wow, the triple egg strike, triple splashdown, and it fully pretty much covers that zone there. Captain Ash getting 1 splat on the Julies, getting 2 splats on the Julies, saving them from getting knocked out there, but giving Abundant Adrenaline a 70-point penalty. That's going to be a behemoth to clear when they want to get a return push going. But Peter gets taken out by the Trizuka. Kyodai as well uses the Splat Bomb to their advantage. Zone keeps on ticking down in the Draw's favor. They've got a long way to go if they want to get the lead. Tacticooler gets popped on out, very ahead of the plays. 2 plays down on Abundant Adrenaline, but they're still maintaining the hold onto the zone. Jed just providing constant aggression, constant pressure, and just being an all-out menace with that heavy edit Splatling, just being able to constantly dish out so much turf onto their opponents and just being so up in their faces. Kyodai with the Clash Blaster does take on out Captain Ash and takes on out Photon Jet with the Trizuka. Sees Anchor on the flank. Are they going to be able to take them out though? However, yes, they are. But another player is there. Are they going to be able to do that as well? They do have the range disadvantage there, so Captain Ash might take them out. A trade between the 2 players as Mara goes there to maybe try and assist that The mess has already been cleaned up. Jed on the edit. Looking to get Splat, looking to defend. Peter goes down to them. Can more happen though? They're going to have to do something to maybe take care of that penalty. So they're going to need to be really aggressive. They're going to be super defensive as well. Two tasks that can be difficult to achieve at the same time. You can see the Super Chumps go straight onto the zone, sending it on into neutral. And with the a little bit of assist from Paint and the bombs, that is also going to be a cap over to the Abundant Adrenaline. Jed getting that split onto Peter again. Just being able to do more. I thought they were taking out a player. No, that was taking out the big bubbler, I'm going to assume. Tactical are out. The ready gets popped on for them to make advantage on Captain Ash, getting right up to Andrea's faces, but they decide to jump on back to their spawn. They have nearly got the triple splashdown at the ready, and they're looking to flank with it. They're popping up. They're making havoc. The splashdown needs to get popped up. There it goes. But Mara just safe on in that corner, managing to avoid almost certain death. And now by counter pushing, by flanking, definitely a way to do that. But the count is still going down on the Zerta draw. But the Zuka is going to take out players. Heavy Edit still managing to keep the zone to neutral. But they managed to cap it and get the Super Chumps to try and get that advancement even further. Only a few seconds left onto the clock. Deserted Draw is going to have to do something. You have to do something now. But without taking too many members down in the process, zone goes into neutral, goes into their favor. Can they hold it for another 40 ticks for them to take back the lead? 2 players down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Certainly going to give them that advantage over holding it. Only they're halfway down through the ticks they needed to get through. They do have that Trizuka's at the ready. Is Peter going to be able to make anything happen there? They are. The zone goes to neutral and gets capped. Just in the nick of time. And Abundant Adrenaline saving them with only a few points left on the clock. And that will be their first game. Continuing on, if I can find my mouse, the streak of their wins. And now they'll be moving on to Scorch Gorge on Rainmaker. I'm too used to being in the commentating booth and saying, yeah, now we move on to Scorch Gorge Rainmaker. What do you think of this insert commentator name here? So, but the other commentator is just me, myself, and I have a whole desk to myself here. But certainly a very good first game out here to see. And I'm glad to see these two teams are already fighting neck and neck. I do have chat. We do. Okay. We got my second, third, fourth, all the way up to 29 other commentators here. I'm normally I would ask my other Rainmaker, chat. Can you be the commentator? You tell me what you think these teams would do with Scorch Gorge Rainmaker. The self-baton pass. I will just power myself up. Give me that 25% extra damage, right? Although, the sad thing about trying to talk with you as commentators, and why this will never work in live commentary, is because you guys are delayed. I can't do commentating with 30-second delay. I'm sorry. It's not going to be able to happen on this, in this scenario. Scorch is a very snowbally map. I think whichever team can push faster is going to take it home. So it's all going to be all about the aggression, is what I'm hearing. And aggression is certainly the name of the game when you bring in Rainmaker and Clan Blitz. But Rainmaker is what we're going to be seeing first. Scorch Gorge is where the scene is set. And game 2 is where we are at. Let's see what's happening here. And going to see pretty much a return comp, but going to see an Octobrush is going to go and get switched on out for the Splattershot Junior on the side of Deserted Draw. And then Abundant Adrenaline going to come back with the exact same thing we saw over in the game number 1. Anchor sees Peter, takes them on out. And are they going to be able to take out any more members? No! Andreas is going to take them out instead. And now we're going to see Andreas taking out another member. Photon Jet gets taken out as they get just a very slight lead onto the board. But now they want to push that even further. But just not being able to touch the ground won't give them any points there. And now Captain Ash, can they do the damage? They can not, but the Zipcaster can do the final itty bitty spider, and that lead is going to go and get switched over by a hair's margin to Deserted Draw. Now, Jed, they want to keep up their push. They want to get more points on the board. And Anchor is going to try and climb up the checkpoint and just manage to clear it after their third attempt at attempting to do so. Just fighting off the ink, fighting off the damage. And they're going to get a few more points on the board as well, getting all the way down to 58 points there, which is an all-right position to be in. Not the safest position, because once you get past that first checkpoint, it can be very, very snowbally. And with 3 players down on the side of Deserted Draw, that might be the end of something. But a great use of the triple splashdown, just pushing away members of Abundant Adrenaline. They still clear the checkpoint, however. And are they going to get any more points? No, they get shut down right up in their tracks by a Trizuka to the face. And now Photon Jet going to pick up that Rainmaker, make sure that Abundant Adrenaline can't even touch them. It's Kyoto over there in the corner. They do trying to just bomb them on out, but they go and jump themselves on out. It's Photon Jet maybe looking at trying to take the great route. They do get that splat onto Andreas, but are they going to be able to get anything else happening here? They do manage to climb through the grates, gets a few more points on the board with them already being so weak. Mara just does the final blows to take them on home. That will be the end of that push, getting them all the way down to 49 points. They're going to keep on they want to get the second game into their favor. But with Jed standing guard there, that's not going to have much happen. But Peter takes them out instead, leaving 2 members left alive on each side, getting the field very neutral at the moment as Desert Draw looking to pop that Rainmaker, get that splat, get that turf. They see the jump over in the distance, but they get taken on out by Peter's Trizuka as Abundant Adrenaline looks to take back the lead into their favor. But 3 players going down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline will not be the play for them to take the lead as the Rainmaker goes back into the favor of Deserted Draw. Zipcast is going to come out from the side of Anchor. They're looking at going for the flank, looking at getting some damage, but Peter is there to stop them and make sure no form of push is happening with that Zipcaster. Also stopping Ash on the flank, nearly taking out the Octobrush there, but they're not going to be able to deliver. Anchor managing to swim themselves to safety, giving themselves a few extra seconds to live, but they get taken out right there by the Rainmaker. Ooh, nearly getting the super splashdown, but they get stopped. And with 30 seconds left onto the clock, Abundant Adrenaline looking at making a push, and they're looking at making it happen quick. Quill with the Octobrush, maybe looking at stopping the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker does get stopped. And now 20 seconds left on the clock. All Deserted Draw needs to do is hold that Rainmaker. They don't need to pop it. They don't need to touch it. But what they are going to do is going to pick it up. They're going to swim it on back. And hopefully no one is going to go on further. They're just going to keep on pushing up, making sure that none of abundant adrenaline can even touch it, and a wipeout is going to certainly solidify that into gold as they take home game number 2. And once again, setting the score 1 apiece. This is what you want to see. These are all-stars. They know how to play. They know how to counterplay. And we go to the fist bump there. Gonna make sure we capture that in all of its 4K glory, or 1080p. Glory, close enough. But these games, they're so close, man. It's very hard to regularly see so many close games happen consecutively. But that's what you can kind of get for IDTGA. Like, excuse me for tooting my own horn, but you know, we see not team to team, but player to player, which is kind of it's as good as seeding as you can get around here. So if you want close matches, sign up. Next IDTGA will be in April, so stay tuned for that when that decides to roll on in. You can check, make sure you're tuned in for the latest announcements for that by going to the Off the Dial Discord, otd.inc/discord, or just search Off the Dial Discord on Google, or search Off the Dial on Discord. That also works. It's very easy to find us if you want to find us. If you don't want to find us, then it's going to be hard to find us. That's the plain truth. Very close game. Said before, the most aggro team takes those, and we did see that. A lot of aggression coming out there. Heavy at it. Very smart move. Not only giving cooler, but already being a Sputling, making it much faster compared to the opposing backline. Yeah, Sputlings can be quite good at just being able to quickly relocate and set up their position around the map and just deal a lot of damage, and especially with the heavy edit, a lot of turf in such a short frame of time. Silverstar, I am absolutely running thermal. Gives follow-up and information. The double whammy. But here comes the triple whammy. Game number 3. Score set 1 apiece. What changes can we see from the comms here? Abundant adrenalines. Gonna try for the Kraken cheese again. Andrea switching over for the 96 scale deco. Captain Ash. Oh no, they're sticking to what they had before. In fact, that's almost an entire comp maintains. But also on the side of Abundant adrenalines, they're gonna bring out the T-Tech, which we haven't seen from them yet. But an early first splat from Captain Ass onto Photon Jet. The Kyodai is going to take them on back. There comes the Kraken. But is there any clams to make it a Kraken cheese? Because the sandwich, it's just not complete without it. And Mara looking at getting that first push going very early on into the game, getting all the way down to 74. But with no more clams, oh, we get a few more clams all the way down to 65. Can they get a few more in spare? 62. Kyodai on the flank. Are they going to be able to get them in though? Jed sees them. They get 1, they get 2, they get 3 on in, getting them down to a score of 53 points. A great first push from what they want to see with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on their clock. They've still got a lot of time to make some more pushes and a lot of time to make something else happen. Mara here with the splatter shot. Junior pops out the big bubbler, but Anchor on the flank takes them on out with their own weapon as well. Splatter shot Junior, but there comes the Kraken. Not in an offensive move though, in a very much of a defensive position, making sure that no members are there to be able to score any form of clams. But oh, there's Captain Ash being very sneaky there with 6 clams. They are ready. They are looking for a move to make. 2 clams gets jumped on over. Triple splashdown gets taken on out. But was that the play? It makes them very visible because they are stuck up there for a bit longer, and that will be no Power Clam going on into the basket. And now Deserted, Abundant Adrenaline. They're looking at maybe getting some more points to their name. Kyodai looking at pushing it forward, but going through 4 members painting solely actual life is not going to be the play. Anchor though, oh, so very close, but just not close enough from the basket of being broken. Because the best offense is the defense. As they get all the way down to 29 points. The Clash Blaster, the only one left alive. But Deserted Draw, they're right there with the follow-up. But can they follow it up with more clams to their name? Peter taking out Anchor with 6 clams over there. Jed wants to try and push forward. They just do not have the paint to do so as Peter takes them on out. And with so many points to their name, Abundant Adrenaline, 15 points in the piggy bank. And with 3 specials ready in their pocket, they're going to look at getting that lead even further. They clear out most of the penalty, though, and make that all the penalty. Andrea is going to jump on in, but is not close enough to be able to score that Power Clam in. A minute left on the clock as the basket closes, giving another penalty clam to Deserted Draw. Captain Ash on the flank again. Are they going to be able to have something happen? All the members climbing up that rank, but all the members also in defense. It's going to be a real scrappy corridor over there as Captain Ash picks up, throws the clam to try and get a bit further, making sure they're not going to get spotted in the process, but gets taken out. Anyway, Anchor also looking at getting that push going, but they get taken on out. They are just lining themselves up one by one into Abundant Adrenaline Slaughterhouse with only 15 seconds left on the clock. They do have a Power Clam in reserve, so we will be seeing overtime. But are they going to be able to get from 80 all the way down to 25 in just 20 seconds? It's going to be a tough margin for them to do so, but it is going to get on popped. Are they going to be able to follow it up with enough clams? They don't have any clams in their reserve, and no one is around the basket to pop them in. Photojet trying to get closer, but they're not going to get close enough, and not with any clams to be able to put into the basket, ending the game there, giving Abundant Adrenaline game number 3 of the set. Just being able to get that massive push just halfway through the game was really what allowed Abundant Adrenaline to solidify their game, that game there, and just really do some damage there. And they just were able to constantly lock out the members of Deserted Draw from even just not just being around, but just not letting them from having any clams, period. Like in that final push that they were trying to get in overtime, there was just no clams for them to push it in. Even when they broke the basket earlier in the game, got them down to 80, there was no clams for them. So Abundant Adrenaline really good at maintaining the clam economy there. Great job on them. So I just have a little bit of water there. Just maintain the throat. Make sure our lungs aren't completely dying. Trust me, they'll be dead by the end of the stream. I can guarantee you on that one. But, Manta Maria Tower Control. One of my personal favorites. So, of course, that's why I'm going to go and put it on into the tournament. Because it's my tournament. I get to choose what I do. That's the rules, buddy. Oh, I'm thinking here. And it's hard. I'm just what would be good picks for these two teams to choose on here? Because there's a lot that can happen. We could really very likely to see Anchor bring out that rush again. There is so many ledges for them to make work on. Kyoto obviously going to bring out the Clash Blaster. But for the rest, well, I've got the answer for you right now. As we're going into game number 4 of the set. Let's see what they bring on out. And gonna see, ooh, the crack on roller is gonna come out from the side of Captain Ash. Gonna give them, obviously, that Kraken. They're gonna see the Splatshot Pro come out on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Switching them out for their Tri-Stringer backline. Going to go for a bit more of the aggressive style, push on ahead and leave your warriors behind. Kraken dancing over the tower, but with no one there, that's not going to have anything happen to it. Anchor going on the flank. Are they going to be able to keep the push on going? They've got the big bubbler on the tower. Going to easily allow a few more jumps to come in safely. Peter pushed up on into a corner, and Deserted Jaw gonna absolutely capitalize on that, making sure that nothing is gonna happen on that flank as they get stopped right there as the tower now looking at clearing the second checkpoint of the match. Photon Jet just inking it out, trying to find members, trying to get splats, and then just looking at maybe just finding ways to just being a little bit disruptive. Just stop the members of Abundant Adrenaline from doing what they've been doing for this set and just constantly, you know, just giving them a bit. But Captain Ash with the crack on, are they going to be able to do any damage there? They're going to push up quite hard into Abundant Adrenaline's base, and now looking at doing some more damage with the roller. They're going to get taken out themselves, as well as Anchor from Andreas on the tower, as Abundant Adrenaline looks at making their counter push on pushing. As they get through checkpoint 1, they're looking at edging off the lead just ever so slightly. And now trying to get through. That is going to be the lead. The Tri-Strikes is certainly going to help them get those few extra points on to the leaderboard. 2 down a piece as Captain Ash comes out on the flank. Gets 1, but they cannot get the second as Peter takes them home. Ooh, the double Zuka coming out from Photon Jet, taking out 2 members, sending them back on out of here. And now Deserted Jaw, they want to take back the lead of the tower. They want to get up to game number 5, but Abundant Adrenaline isn't going to let that happen out not so easily, as they are just keeping up the aggression, keeping up the momentum, and maintaining their lead of 40. Zuka's certainly going to help that, and Mara distracted with those Zukas over the side, leaving a perfect opportunity for Jed to just take them on out. But are they... Oh, they were so close to that beer bomb, but just barely hanging on to their life there. Jed pops out the Tacticula, sees the people riding the tower, but are they going to be able to do anything out? I don't know if they are. A minute 15 left on the clock. Kyodai goes down to Jed's heavy edling as a big bubbler gets popped onto the tower by Mara there. And another splat going down by Jed, taking out Peter. And now, with a minute left on the clock, Deserted Draw making one of their last pushes if they can get the splats, if they can connect their shots. But with 3 players down, only 1 player left alive on the whole map. Andreas, the lone survivor here on Manta Maria, as 2 members are taken out. And now 30 seconds left on the clock. It's getting ever so slightly to the 0-0 for overtime to commence. Captain Ash looking to find a way to break through. Looking for a way to get splats, and they're going to try and keep the tower on going. They're going to hop on, getting a few more points, but they need to get all the way down to 40. And with them being the only ones left alive, well, was the only one left alive, that will be the end of that push. And the end of this set. Abundant Adrenaline going once again 3-1. And they are putting themselves in a very great position, almost, I'd say at this point, guaranteeing them a spot in the finals. But before we get up to the finals, we do have a one more round of the round robin. So make sure you don't go anywhere, because that will, it'll start. It'll start soon. I can't tell you how soon, but it will be starting. It'll be starting. Just give me a second. I'm typing in text. I can't talk and type at the same time. I can only talk and type if I'm talking what I'm typing. If that makes sense. It is a mental toll for me to do this. So if you shall excuse me, I am pushing buttons, and that is. Am I an old man for saying that? I feel like I might be an old man for saying that, but I'm not old. Trust me, I might be older than you, but I'm not that old. We'll be back soon. Alrighty, we are back. It's time for the final round of the round robin. We have. Now I want to before I hit the button, let's make sure I got this set correctly this time, and I don't actually. I don't actually have it set correctly. Of course I don't. We have Deserted Draw against Coordinated Chaos. Now, we've seen both of these two teams before. You just saw Deserted Draw, and before that was Coordinated Chaos. Both of them went 3-1 against Abundant Adrenaline. But now, it's time to see what they'll do against each other. It's time for game number 1 of round number 3. The final round of the round robin. How many times can I say round, round, round? It's time to go round and start this game. Let's see what they bring on out. Gonna see very much what we have expected to see from both of these teams. They're gonna see Brush v Brush. We are gonna see Heavy Edit versus Tri-Stringer. And we're gonna see Julie's versus a Neo Splash, and Captain Ash getting that early splat onto Banana as Anchor clears on through the first checkpoint, giving Deserted Draw a very good first push here. And Quell here, they do have the Zip Caster, and they get a double bomb splat onto Captain Ash and Quell there, and that is going to be, well, not Quell. Quell was the person. But they are going to be put into a very great position there. Rainmaker is going to get picked on up and get taken on out. as a soft wipe is also going to happen on the side of Deserted Draw, giving Coordinated Chaos a lot of opportunity to pick up that Rainmaker and get an easy free checkpoint, but they don't have the lead yet because, you know, Deserted Draw, they got the checkpoint earlier. And now, Anchor. Do they know Quell's there? They don't, but they get the splat anyway, but they get taken on out by Epics and Zap. They pop out the Tacticooler, but can they do anything else? No, they can't. Jed gets taken on out by the Heavy Edit. Are they going to be able to further their lead? Yes, they are. Gets all the way down to 51, but the flank from Banana is going to be a great thing for them as they give a wipeout on the side of Deserted Draw, but then Quell gets taken out by the Trizuka. They go all the way back to the spawn pad. Now, bit of a fight over into as they try and push up forward, but it's kind of a bit of a scrap fest at the moment. Just trying to eye each other off, just trying to find the routes, just trying to find the positions that they can go. Photon Jet goes down to the Tri-Stringer, but the Brush is going for the flank. Are they going to be able to stop anything from happening? Jason trying to get that lead into their favor, but no, they're going to get stopped. Quell looking at taking on out Captain Ash, and the splats, the ink connects onto them, and there is the lead switch. Coordinated Chaos taking that on out. They're now on 41 against Deserted Draw's 51. But it's still an easy way for them to get that lead back onto their favor if they can just get the splats, if they can just get the specials, if they can just get the turf on into their favor. But there's always going to be some flanks with these weapons and these players, and that is just constantly what you've been expecting to see from these two teams. And then Anchor gets taken on out by Quell's Octo Brush, looking to try and maybe add a few more splats into their kill count there, but not going to be able to deliver it right there. Maybe get a few more now, but they have been spotted and can't really do much there as they get pinched in between two players. Captain Ash going to take them on out there now, trying to find something else here, trying to find maybe some more opportunities, maybe to get a bit more damage in. Captain Ash takes out Quell. They're looking at pushing up even further, pops out the triple ink strike, and are they going to be able to get that flank? They get on, they see Jason. Are they going to take this play? Yes, they do, and they've got the paint path. They've got the lead back. And they're looking at getting even more points all the way down to that KO. And Deserted Draw is going to take on home game number 1. What a narrowly avoiding death, narrowly avoiding everything that was getting thrown into their direction. And a great way for them to start off game number 1. Whoa! Great showcase from these two teams. Now you already know what weapons they've brought out. So let's take a look at the maps we'll be seeing in this game, and taking a little bit to load. Give it a it's been doing this a little bit. There we go. If you give it some medicine, it likes to feed itself. Although I don't know where you'd be finding medicine in Museum del Alfonsino. That'll be a lot of, well, I guess clams is a form of medicine. I don't know what type of medicine, but it could be a medicine. I'm not a doctor. Don't quote me, please. I'm not quoting you. So, I don't know. I'm thinking, what could we see here? Obviously, you've seen it again. Like all these games are so incredibly close. There is so much happening. You really can't predict it. It's just going either way. And I'm just sitting here with my very sleep-deprived head, my dry voice, giving you content over the airwaves and just trying to predict things unsuccessfully. It's called the commentator's curse. Have you ever heard of it? But what I can certainly guarantee, and what's not a commentator's curse, is the second game getting started as we head on in to Clam Blitz. Let's see what we shall see for the next game. And ooh, the carbon is gonna come on out from the side of Captain Ash. A very interesting pick. You're gonna see a returning comp on the side of Coordinated Chaos there. Captain Ash going on in hard, going on in heavy, but they're not gonna get any splats on this early into the game. But what they do have is 7 clams to their name. They're ready to make a push. They're ready to make a statement early on into the game, and they're looking at pushing up even further. But Quell stops them mid-jump, making sure they don't make it on into their own plat. But then Anchor also on the aggressive. Quell taking them out as well, just making sure there are no early pushes coming out from Deserted Draw. But the streak ends there as Captain Ash takes them on out, and Banana takes them out in revenge for their fallen comrade. 2 power clams are there on the side of Deserted Draw. They want to deliver them to the mailbox. They want them to reach their goal and their destination, but they've got a lot of damage to burst on through before that even happens. And a wipeout is certainly not what they were looking for. Coordinated Chaos now turning the tables right back into Deserted Draw. They are looking at getting their pushes going, but both of these teams so good at their defense game, so good at pushing away the members, so good at getting those long range splats, as Foden Jet just showed you. And now a bit of a flank coming on here, managing to get on into the enemy's plat, managing to make a bit of chaos happen. But are they going to be able to do any splats? No, they aren't, as they decide to hop on back to their spawn. And now Jed gets taken straight on out by the Trizuka. Banana maybe looking at getting a follow-up going, maybe looking at trying to get some more clams. Like, neither team yet has yet to score a single clam this game. We could get to the infamous 3-minute overtime that only happens in Clam Blitz. And that's just because both of these two teams are so good at spotting what their opponents are doing, so good at maintaining their defense, and so good at keeping their positions even when there's so many players down. But Epic looking at ending the streak, breaking the basket, and making sure there's no 3-minute overtime. And another power clam is going to go on into the basket, sending it all the way down to 60 points now. Deserted Draw, they're going to get that pity clam, and they're going to pick it up right away as they're going to go straight on to the counter attack. Only one clam is going to go on in as a wipeout. A great and incredible defense coming out from Coordinated Chaos, stopping what could have been an easy lead change, but them just making sure that that was not going to happen. But it's constantly, we're attacking your base, now we're attacking your base. It's constant back and forth. Now, the scores can keep on changing. The scores can change, and you wouldn't even notice how close this game is going. Epic over here, looking at maybe at trying to break on through, maybe at trying getting a few splats to assist, but no, that's not going to happen as Anchor takes them out, and now they've got a power clam going. They're making the jump. Can they deliver it though? No, they aren't, but they are still alive though. With 3 players down on the side of Coordinated Chaos, they're going to go and pick up that power clam. They're going to go and break it. And now, are they going to be able to take the lead? Yes, they are, all the way down to 49. Can they further that even further? Get a few more clams in, 2 more. make that 3 all the way down to 37. And with Jed jumping back on out, that will be the end of that push. And now, Coordinated Chaos. They've got a long way to go if they want to get this game into their favor. Qual getting stopped just shy of the basket by the Photon Jet hero shot. And with only 15 seconds left on the clock and not much in the way of clams on the side of Coordinated Chaos, it's going to be a long shot if they want to have something to happen here. They do have the pity clam and they have picked up another clam. So they got 3 power clams at their disposal, which will be enough. Will it? Yes, that will be... Yeah, will be enough for them to take back the lead if they get all 3 delivered on in. But that is if they get it in and they manage to go and get it before time runs out. But guess what? Time ran out. And Deserted Draw takes game number 2 as well, putting them into a very good position as we get to see what the next set of maps is going to be. And it's going to be Ship-Shape Cargo on tower. Yeah, commentator's curse, that happens. A deserted sweep. We could see a deserted sweep. That could very much happen. But we'll have to see. As now we're going to go into our more defensive modes with her and see how these two teams change their strategies, change their ideas, and what they might bring out here. Ship-Shape Cargo Company Tower Control. It's a very... It's very open, yet also kind of cramped at the same time, but it's more open. Especially with the amount of side routes there are. Like, you have a few flanks. You have one flank. Not few. But there is a lot of opportunities here for teams to do a bit of damage and maybe change up how they've been playing for the previous 2 games, especially now that these 2 teams know how each other play. Like, they've danced around each other enough to see how the other party tangos, and now they can dance to their own tune. But even you'll have to see. Are we gonna see the same thing? Or are we going to see a change to what they know and love? Well, the answer's here. As we're going into game 3. Match point for Deserted Draw. And are they going to be able to deliver? So we see... We're going to see not much. We're going to see Captain Ash go back to the Amperi Julies, but on the side of Coordinated Chaos, we're going to see the Tri-Stringer is going to get swapped out for the Splatter. It's not a scope. The Charger. Splat Charger, that's what it's called. I'm just absolutely blanking on names there. Qual pushing up very hard. Maybe they do get one pick, but they do go down themselves. Anchor with the brush. They do have that zip caster at the rate, looking to eye it onto tower, looking at getting some splats with that, but Epic says no, as they keep them away from the tower, making sure that they can get that first checkpoint easily into their favor. Now, Captain Ash gets on splattered down by Banana, but Banana gets taken out by Jed. But 47, a very good first push coming out from the side of Coordinated Chaos, but Jed decides to go for a swim in the icy water, and now they're looking Coordinated Chaos looking at making yet another push. And the entire team, they're pushed up so far ahead. Anchor looking at getting some damage going with the Zipcaster. They get one pick, but they're not going to be able to get anything else out of that as they also go down. Quell going to take on out Jed there, and 3 players are left alive on the side of Deserted Draw, and another going down. And Coordinated Chaos is going to continue on their push. They're reaching the final checkpoint. But with the brush just dancing above the tower there, that's going to stop them from making any push. But the brush gets taken on out as well as the charger. And now Coordinated Chaos, again, they have control. They have opportunities. But they also have 2 players down, which is going to stop that push. Make that 3 players down. And now Deserted Draw, what they need to do, they need to get some aggression going. They need to push on up hard. And Captain Ash looking at doing that, but are they going to be able to deliver it safely? They do have the Julies, which do provide them maybe they're a little bit objective. They do get the splat. They get the triple splashdown, and they do get another splat. That's 3 players down on the side of Coordinated Chaos as Deserted Draw looking at getting their counter push started. They get through that first checkpoint. Photon Jet trying to get that splat on to Banana. Are they going to do it? Yes, they are. And now a Zipcaster is also going to come out. 3 players down on the side of Coordinated Chaos. Can Deserted Draw take home the lead? Yes, they do. Can they also take out the checkpoint? Yes, they can. And now they're in the home stretch. Photon Jet trying to dance around Banana, but they are not going to be able to, as that is a wipeout. But getting all the way down to 8 points is going to be tough for Coordinated Chaos to get the comeback on. And they're going to have to do something, and they need to do it now with only a minute 30 left on the clock. Getting 2 splats there from Banana. That is the Trizuka from behind going to be able to follow up and get more splats. No, it isn't. Banana has the crab ready. They're in a good position, but are they going to use it? What are they going to use it for? Is there anything that's going to happen? Banana hops onto the tower, sees the brush there, but they take them out. Anchor looking at making some waves here, just trying to get their special charge, trying to get some turf under their control. And here comes the Zipcaster. They do get that splat onto Quell. Can they find the 4th to make it a wipeout? No, they can't. Deserted Draw maybe looking at trying to get the KO. They already have so many points on the board, but they just want to solidify that with a KO. Photon narrowly avoiding those bombs, making sure that they stay alive to try and help this push. 2 players go down on the side of Coordinated Chaos, but then 2 go down as well in retaliation on the side of Deserted Draw. Trizuka is going to come on out, not going to find any picks as Photon opts to hop on back to this into a bit more of a defensive play, as maybe they're looking to set up overtime, maybe looking at trying to take the tower in a last rush defense. And here they come. They're going straight for the tower, but another member spots them. Quell sees them, takes them out. 2 players are left alive on the side of Deserted Draw. They're going to need to take out some more, though, if they want to stop Coordinated Chaos from taking home the lead. They do take out another player. They're going to need to do more. Another goes, but they got that as a trade. There's going to need to have more to happen here, as they just constantly just going back and forth, constantly jumping onto the tower. Are they going to be able to do it, though? Quell dancing over the tower, stopping them. Epic also stopping them, but then only 1 player left alive. Captain Ash nearly getting it, but that is the lead. Coordinated Chaos making sure they stay alive in the tournament, giving them a game to their name. Ooh, huge play for them. Just keeping them in, making sure they keep their run on going. But that does mean now we're going to be seeing Unami Ruins on Splat Zones. one of the only dual zone maps in the game. But of all the dual zone maps, they probably has the biggest dual zones. Is it? It would be, wouldn't it? I'm trying to think, because Flounder is definitely not. What else is dual zones? Nothing. Wait, does anything else have dual zones? I'm just going through the maps in my head. And nothing's really coming across my mind. I'm sure there's another one. Surely. Oh, I'm literally looking at a map that has it. Manta Maria. That is dual zones. But what shall we see in the ruins of the zones? We'll see it now. We're going to go right into game number 4. Deserted Draw still sitting at match point, and they are going to go and bring out the paintbrush. And a Nautilus is also going to come on out from the side of Coordinated Chaos. Very interesting picks coming out from both of these teams. Both of them opting to bring out some special charge up as well with those two new weapons that we're seeing here. Definitely some interesting choices here. Two players do go down on the side of Deserted Draw, but it is constantly going circles around each other, constantly painting one zone, then out painting the other. And are they going to be able to keep up that control? Looking at maybe doing something. They do have the crab here. Banana looking at maybe getting that. 3 players go down on the side of Deserted Draw, and now Coordinated Chaos. They have a huge opportunity to get so many points under their name, but Photon Jet takes out the crab, and that gives them the opportunity to break on through and retake the zones back into their control, getting a few more points on the board. 2 players down on the side of Coordinated Chaos. They're looking at maybe trying to push on through. Lead gets switched on back to Deserted Draw. Jason just trying to paint from afar. Just trying to do some damage. 2 players again go down on the side of Coordinated Chaos. As Deserted Draw is just pushing that zone. Just constantly ticking down that counter. And looking at getting even more points onto their board. All the way past 30, and now all their LDE is going to be fully active for the side of Coordinated Chaos as they retake the zone into their control, giving a 52-point penalty and 3 players down on the side of Deserted Draw. Epic over here with the NZAP, trying to eye off members, trying to see where they are, trying to charge up their tactical for their team. But they are not going to be able to have much happen. But they do get the tactical out. They do pop out and they do get taken on right out, as that's a wipeout for Coordinated Chaos. And Deserted Draw now in a really good opportunity. Qual with the Trizuka, they do get 1 splat, but they are not going to be able to find the rest. They get taken on out, however, by Captain Ash's Paintbrush. And with their penalty so close to being cleared, Coordinated Chaos needs to get some splats. They need to get some picks, and they need to get some specials of their own if they want to take back the zone. With 2 players left alive, that might be difficult, but the crab getting 2 players might change the tables, might turn something in the cogwheels zone goes into neutral again. Instagram, only 2 players on the stock market. Both teams just constantly just trying to paint over each other. Just try and get control into their favor. And Deserted Draw going 3 players down, easily allowed Confined Chaos to take over and give them those few extra points. And now they're just eyeing off the members, looking on breaking through. Maybe to have something else happen, maybe to get the lead into their favor. Getting some splats certainly will help that, but they're gonna have to do a bit more. But that is gonna be the lead switch there. Are we gonna go and see a game 5 if Deserted Draw doesn't retake the zone? But with so much turf going, they might be able to. But no, they go 2 players down, and you can't get much happening when you're missing half of your team. I feel like 10 points remaining. That's gonna be the end of your push. Congratulations to Coordinated Chaos. We could be seeing the start of a reverse sweep. You never know. We saw Deserted Draw. They took home the first 2 games. Now Coordinated Chaos, they've taken the next 2 games. But Rainmaker's already been won by Deserted Draw game number 1. So they have the advantage here. They know how to play Rainmaker and they know how to win. I'm curious to see what they might do here as we head into game number 5. Excuse me. I don't know if are you hearing my drinking water noises? You might be. The microphone's quite close to me talking, so you might be getting that. And I apologize unless you enjoy that type of ASMR. In that case, bon appetit. But Manta Maria, a Rainmaker. I do like Manta Maria. We have no water noise. That's great. We do love it when the microphone only captures the noises we want to hear. It is appreciated. Manta Maria Rainmaker. I would like to see the carbon come out again. I think we could see that. What else? Actually, what I'm really interested to say is that we've seen no pencil today. There has not been one pencil on stream. Which, you know, we all say it's people like going meta. Well, you see it obviously with the Trizukas, but no pencil. Which is great to see. And now we're heading into game number 5 of the final game of the round robin. Gonna see any changes? No real changes coming out from either team, really. Gonna see that Rainmaker is gonna get popped by Coordinated Chaos, giving them those extra special points and that turf over mid control. Now Banana looking at pushing over to their right flank, getting that all turfed on, looking at maybe even getting a few more flanks, just setting themselves up to capture any form of jump that goes through. Epic goes and clears through the first checkpoint. And now Deserted Draw is in a tough position for them to have a defense going, as it's just constant turf, constant aggression, and they get all the way down to 27. But with only 2 players left alive on the side of Coordinated Chaos, they might be able to have something happen, but only one's left alive on the side of Deserted Draw. And a crab is going to appear there as well. That's going to provide them all the turf they could want, getting all the way down to 11. Getting stopped just shy of the goal by Jed. Great play from them there. They got the tactical at the ready. And now, deserted draw. Maybe they want to get a counter push going with a wipeout. That, I can guarantee you, that will not be happening. As the corner, Chaos looking at making another push to their name, making something look like they want it to happen. 2 players go down on the side of Coordinated Chaos. This is deserted draw. Looking at pushing that Rainmaker. Captain Ash holding it over there in the corner. One does go down epic. Sitting on out over there. Now, Photon Jet gets taken on out. Banana looking at maybe getting some people down on those jumps with the suction bomb. None of that happens, however. Lucky for them to still be alive. Banana tries and spies out some of the members of Deserted Draw. Then they get pushed on all the way back into their bats. Two minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. Banana maybe looking at getting the flank. Did anyone spot them though, taking on that? No, they didn't, as they connect the shots and get the flank on and get one of those players down. Are they going to find anything else? They are making havoc up in the Deserted Draw's mayhem, getting right and close into their phases. But Captain Ash is going to go and take out one of the players. Tri-String is the only one left alive, as they're going to try and get that push going. Are they going to be able to clear that checkpoint, climb the podium? But they get stopped just shy of the checkpoint. Coordinated Chaos just has such a lockdown over this game right now. Just making sure Deserted Draw has nothing to capitalize on, nothing for them to make use of. Just constantly getting their push going, constantly making damage happen. And now, with them picking up the Rainmaker, they're just going to keep on holding it over in the corner, just help them run out of time. But Captain Ash takes out Jason with the Rainmaker. And now, with 2 specials online, Deserted Draw wants to get their counter push going. They get 2 splats to the name, and that's going to allow them to clear through that second checkpoint. But Deserted Draw picks up the Rainmaker. They're looking at maybe getting it even further. Do they get the drop? They do get the drop. They get the lead, and they get the KO, getting them in as 3-0. Wow. Coordinated Chaos had such a long control over that game. But then for Deserted Draw, just to take it all home in the end was not what I expect to see. The fist bump at the end to just celebrate that nice victory there. But congratulations to Deserted Draw. Let's see. Now we'll get to see who will be moving on towards the grand finals. And that will be... have all the games finished. Yes, it will be Brainy Break. I'll double check the scores very soon to make sure this is what we get. But it'll very likely be Brainy Break against Abundant Adrenaline. That will be coming up very shortly. But until then, you're watching the IDTGA All-Stars. Oh, I keep on forgetting. Let me push this button. Yeah, you're watching the All-Stars. Hello everyone and welcome on in. It's time for the finals. We have Abundant Adrenaline against Brainy Break. Now, you haven't seen Brainy Break today, but they have been on a, well, they've obviously been on a win streak to be able to get up into the grand finals, and Abundant Adrenaline have been doing well, they've been doing pretty well as well, I shall have to say. It's time for the grand finals. Although I will say in the last round, so this is obviously, it was round robin, it's a rematch. Abundant Adrenaline did take Brainy Break 3-1 in the last round. So they're fresh out of that, but both teams know what they've been doing, what they're good at, what they're maybe not so good at, and they're gonna bring this as we go into game 1. Clam Blitz on Barnacle and Dime. That long loading time made me a little bit worried, but I think we are in the clear. Let's see what they bring out. And Brainy Break going almost a full shooter comp just with the miner on the Julies instead. Then you could also on the same on the side of Abundant Adrenaline, they just have got a Clash Blaster instead of their only non-shooter weapons, which both of those, let's be honest, they're pretty close to being shooters anyway. So almost seeing quad shooter comps coming out from both of these two teams. Very matched up there in early. Zuka is going to try and find its mark on some of the members of Abundant Adrenaline, but with a few players down, that might not... No connection whatsoever, but is that going to be Crack and Cheese? One player jumps on in, it's going to go that basket break. Mara is going to be there to get that on in, but will that be the end of the push? Is Kyoto going to get any clams in? They are going to get a few clams and get all the way down to 71 points. Not a immense first push, but certainly a good one to get started. It's not just a 80 push, but now Miner getting up into Peter's face, gets that splat on to them. But then Kyoto sees Miner, takes them on out, and makes sure they're going to go back to the spawn pad now. And now Kyoto, they're trying to find ways to make sure that Brainy Break doesn't get a push going on into them, but just constantly just making sure that they're away, just constantly doing pressure, doing things to make sure, you know, they're in a safe position. They're doing things that work all right to them, but two players do go down on the side of Brainy Break. That might give Abundant Adrenaline another chance to push again, but two players going down on their own side. That's going to make it hard to push. Another Kraken is going to come out. Is Peter going to jump to it? Yes, they are. They're going to be close enough. Well, if they swim, they will be. And that's the basket broken again. Going all the way down 65. Andreas still up in their base. Still making some havoc there. But they're going to go and jump on back to safety. As the Pity Clam gets picked up by Trixie. And Brainy Break looks at trying to make another attempt at a counter push, but can this one go into their favor? We'll have to see. Two power clams are in their possession on the side of Brainy Break and Abundant Adrenaline, looking to try and get on the defense. They do have a player down. Trizukas is going to get out. Ice, they're going to go back to the spawn pad. The Kyodai is then going to go back down. Trixie, are they going to be able to break the basket? Yes, they are, but Andreas is going to take them on out. And now, Miner looking at trying to get a push ongoing, but they're taken on out. Is that going to be a power gun gone in? Yes, it is, and that's going to be the lead switch going on into Brainy Break by just a hair's breadth. Just that one power clamp separating them two. But yeah, if Abundant Adrenaline wants to take back the lead, they need to get a power clamp as well as one more additional clam to take back the lead into their favor. But judging based on all the Kraken we've been seeing so far throughout this game, I think that will it's very likely to happen as a power clam does get picked on up by the side of Brainy Break. But with 3 players down on Brainy Break, Abundant Adrenaline looking at having something happen. Kyodai gets the bomb splat onto them. They've got 7 clams to their name, looking at maybe getting something happen, but 2 power clams go on into the basket. That is definitely going to be a lead switch, and more clams is going to get followed on up. They're going to go all the way down to 15 clams. 12. Are they going to get the KO? Yes, they are. And Abundant Adrenaline takes home game number 1. Congratulations to them getting a very solid smack down at the end of that game. Just to, a KO is a good way to end the game if you ask me. And now let's take a look at the rest of the games we'll be seeing throughout this set. It is a best of 7, and from memory, I don't think, our system isn't built for 7 games. You can still kind of see it though. It goes a bit off the page. But as you just saw, we had Barnacle and Dime on Clam Blitz. Abundant Adrenaline did take that one home. After that, we got Crab Leg Capital on Tower Control, followed by Ship Shape Cargo on Splat Zones. Humpback Pump Track on a Rainmaker. Then, if we get up to it, we got Robo Ramen on Clam Blitz, Tower Control on Mako Market, and then to round it all up, if we get up to a game 7, and I can assure you by that point, my voice will be thoroughly dead. It'll be Crab Leg Capital on Splat Zones. All right. Crab Leg Tower Control. Now this map mode, unlike all the other variants of Crab Leg Capital, this is where you use the grates the most. Because it's where the tower goes, so you have to be there. You have to use the grates to your advantage, and I believe it's the only way to really push up into the enemy's base is to go on the grates. So you haven't really got much choice. So you really gonna have to see some weapons that kind of work well on grates. You expect to see maybe some splat, maybe not. You won't see some stringers, but you'll definitely see some splatlings. You might see, well, based on what we've seen these 2 teams pop out, probably gonna see the blasters come out, and then the rest are gonna be shooters. Let's not kid ourselves here. There will be shooters. There will be a lot of shooters, but we'll find out exactly what these 2 teams are gonna bring out as we are heading into game number 2 of the grand finals of the IDTGA All Stars. Alrighty, let's see what these 2 teams are bringing on in. Ferrari goes and switches on to the regular blaster, and then on the side of Abundant Adrenaline, going to see a ballpoint is going to get switched out from the side of Andreas, as well as the T-Tech splatter shot's going to come out for Abundant Adrenaline as well. But 2 players down, going out early against the side of Brainy Break. That's going to give Abundant Adrenaline a very early first bit of control there, but they're not going to be able to do too much, as still the members of Brainy Break just making havoc, making damage, just making sure that Abundant Adrenaline can't capitalize too much on maybe some of their misfalls. But Trixie gets taken out by Kyoto's Clash Blaster, as Andreas gets taken out by a Splat Bomb right in front of their very eyes. And 2 players down the side of Brainy Break. That will be the end of that first push, but then 2 players also go down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Maybe they'll be able to continue up their push. Yes, they are, as they're looking at clearing out that first checkpoint. Trixie just managing to stay alive until the checkpoint was cleared there. But that will certainly help them at making a push later on to their game. Having that first checkpoint cleared will give them that advantage there. And now Crab out here from Minor, but now they're caught out on Enemy Inc. They get taken on out, and 3 players down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Brainy Break looking at making another push on the tower. Now that they've cleared through that first checkpoint, they just go and slide on past that as they get even more points to their name. Heading on in to the second checkpoint, and now Brainy Break, 2 players down, does get that spot on Tamara, but Kyodai with the Clash Blaster takes them out instead. Minor then also goes down to Kyodai's Clash Blaster, and Trizuka is at the ready. Are they going to be able to, are they going to use it? Trixie goes down to Kyodai's Clash Blaster. And there's another going to go down. A trade between Minor and Kyodai will be the end of Kyodai's Clash Blaster mayhem, as Mara trying to clear the first checkpoint for the side of Abundant Adrenaline. They aren't able to do that, however. And now ICS, they've got the big bubbler at the ready. They're looking to find a good position to place it, to make sure that they can use it to its full potential, and that's a great spot for you to use it. Just sitting in a position that can make a bit of havoc, but also now you have that bit more of a defensive option that wasn't exactly there before on that area of the map. Kyodai getting those splats with the Trizuka. Kyodai just constantly keeping up the splats, making sure their splat count is going to be the highest by the end of this game, but they get then taken out by Trixie, which who also gets taken on out. Abundant Adrenaline now trying to just defend against Brainy Break's aggression. They're just constantly making more and more pushes, constantly just making havoc there. Wave Breaker does come out from Ferrari as they get that split on Tamara and onto Peter. Can they connect more shots? They see the Clash Blaster, but can they one-shot it against the rapidness that the Clash Blaster just gives? And the answer, just frankly, no. As Abundant Adrenaline heads on in to the first checkpoint, looking to clear it, and yes, they do. But just moments after, a wipeout will send them all back to the spawn pad, giving Brainy Break a lot of opportunities to get their paint going, to get some aggression going, and to get that tower going even further. Now, 3 players down against Brainy Break, and that will be the end of that push from Abundant Adrenaline as more of them try to jump in, but going in one at a time is just going to add to Abundant Adrenaline's splat count. As we're heading into the final 30 seconds, they start to set up for their final counter push here, as Brainy Break just focused on taking out as many members of Abundant Adrenaline as they can, so they make sure they don't get any form of push going or any way that can compete with them. And now they are moving on closer. Are they going to be able to take the lead? Yes, they are. Can Brainy Break get there in time? The triple ink strike just on the tower, making sure that no squids or octolings can make it to the tower, giving Abundant Adrenaline game number 2. Congratulations to them. And that does mean we'll be moving on to game number 3. 2 more games for Abundant Adrenaline, and they will take home the tournament and be your 2024 IDTGA All-Stars. The title that is only, well, the 2024 All-Stars will only be shared within you, but only a few other people have only ever gone on the All-Star title, so it's a very, very rare title to have. And these players, they're fighting over it. Ship shape zones. What is there to say about this? It's a zone. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. No, but in all honesty, the main thing about this zone, obviously, is that you have the overhangs right over the zone, which, you know, you don't really get in many other maps, like having the overhead just be right there, which, you know, makes it very good for a lot of blasters, for a lot of sloshes. But, you know, we haven't seen any sloshes from the entire tournament today, so don't expect that to come. But the blasters, expect to see them. Can maybe expect to see Mara come out with either the crack-on roller or maybe even the carbon roller, just because you can just come down from those ledges and just go and splat any member on in the zone and capitalize on that. And just what else? Yeah, those are the main. What else could we? I don't know what else we could see out of a change for these teams. It's a tri-stringer probably will do. Tri-string and Splatling are probably even in terms of what they could do on this map, but I don't know. What will these two teams pull on out here on game number 3? The ballpoint is going to come out from the side of Brainy Break, and then on Abundant Adrenaline. Yep, the Clash Blaster as always going to see his return, but Andreas is going to go onto the Forged, no, just the plain Splattershot Pro, which is going to bring you that crab and line marker. And a very early control has been seeing for all these games from Brainy Break, but Abundant Adrenaline is from all those last games. We're just able to just retake and take and maintain that control for so long. As we see right there, yeah, Brainy Break got that early 74 lead, but now Abundant Adrenaline, both teams 2 players down, but Andreas just being a crab in the middle of the zone is going to send away any moment or any opportunity for Brainy Break to find a way to get into the zone, but the Inkjet going to narrowly scrape into that direct and send them back to the spawn pad, but a great splat from them there. Ferrari does also get that splat onto Peter. It's going to try and get that penalty point on cleared. Kyodai trying to eye off Ferrari's ballpoint there, but is not able to connect the shots. And now looking at zone dancing over neutral. 1 point separated those two, but Abundant Adrenaline managed to take back the zone, making sure that Brainy Break did not get any more points than they had to. Peter goes down to Trixie as the penalties cleared from Abundant Adrenaline's score. 2 players only left alive. However, are they going to be able to maintain it? But Brainy Break then also goes 2 players down. They might be able to retake the zone as Peter goes and paints over it, giving the zone control back over to Abundant Adrenaline. But Brainy Break coming out with 2 specials, but not going to be able to retake the zone with it, unfortunately. As Ice then goes down to the Kyodai Splat Bomb. Kyodai just getting so many splats with their subs. A great way of using it, you know. It's a bomb. You might want to get some splats with it, and they're showing us how well they can do that. Abundant Adrenaline just constantly, though, they're getting their count. They're getting more points all the way down to 17. 3 players down, though. They're not going to be able to further that lead as Brainy Break easily takes control of the zone there. Now, the double bomb, but Trixie just managing to avoid that. And now, is Peter going to be able to make that a second splat? No. Trixie opts maybe to back out, but a mini pincer attack. They are going to get that splat on to Peter there. And 2 players are down on the side of Brainy Break. Getting those jumps in will certainly help them get the back quicker. As Brainy Break just holding over the zone. 3 players down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. They might be able to take back the lead with a few points, and there we go. There is the lead, but are they going to be able to hold on to the KO? Are they going to be able to keep hold of the game? They are going to maintain control there, but with only 1 player left alive and 3 on the enemies. That will be a lead switch over and probably keep that on going. My mind is also going insane. I'm thinking of lots of. It's going insane. But Andreas here with the pro gets the crab going. The inkjet though sees them and pops them out at the same time. Is going to cancel out that crab. Is Andreas going to stay alive with the crab? Just with the inkjet just constantly firing at them. Yes, they are. Can Andreas hold off the members of Brainy Break from taking the zone? Yes, they can. Taking them on out and getting the KO. Getting the third game straight into their control and their favor. Putting them at 3-0. Because that's how numbers work. Now, if you are Brainy Break, you are not in a great position. You still have an opportunity. The reverse sweep is now on the table. But will you take it? It was seen that in the last set that Abundant Adrenaline and Brainy Break did play against each other, Brainy Break did take a game from Abundant Adrenaline. But will they be able to do that again when the time is needed the most? Or will the Abundant Adrenaline just show how much adrenaline they have in their system and just keep on rolling over Brainy Break as we go into pump track on Rainmaker? I don't even know what to expect at this point. My mind is going into shambles. Reverse sweep? Is that what people are wanting? Is that what people are expecting? It could happen. I've seen many a reverse sweep in my time, and it's always on the table. But we'll have to see. You'll need to go to the end of that game, and whoa, okay. Dapple Productions with the raid. Thank you, everyone, and welcome on into the IDTGA All-Stars. If you want a quick recap, essentially, to be an All-Star, to qualify, you need to have 1,000 signal strength, which is the same as either winning 5 tournaments, 5 seasons of IDTGA, or by playing in at least 10. So these are people who they've had a lot of experience at being in a variety of team comps, and we are at grand finals match point for Abundant Adrenaline, and it's time for Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track, and we'll see what these two teams can bring on into the battle. And all going to see some new weapons we haven't seen from these players throughout the entire tournament. Ferrari going to bring on out the Tri-Slosher. And going to see a Mini going to come out from the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Definitely an interesting pick, but a double is going to come on out to there, getting them 2 players down. That is going to give Brainy Break a bit of advantage over the field. Maybe give them some opportunity to get through that first checkpoint. But no, there's a player standing right there, making sure that they don't get that Rainmaker anywhere past the middle of the map. But 2 players, again, going down on Abundant Adrenaline. Make that 3, as they're going to look at pushing that Rainmaker up to the first checkpoint. And Trixie going on in ham with that hammer, easily allowing the members of Brainy Break to to clear through that first checkpoint, putting them in a very good position early to the map. Minor picks up the Rainmaker, gets taken out on early by Peter. And now Trixie with the wiper looking at getting the spot, but Iciest actually got that pick there. Maybe now they're trying to look at getting that Rainmaker even further, try and get a bit more damage. They do have the triple ink stripe there, but no, the Zuka is gonna take out the Rainmaker. Great timing there. Iciest is gonna get a few more points onto the board, but they know they drop on down, and the Zuka is gonna rain down from the heavens, taking them straight on out. And a wipeout now is going to give Abundant Adrenaline the opportunity to get the counter push that they've been looking for this entire game now. This could be the opportunity if they can get the turf, if they can get the picks, if they can get the specials, they might be able to have something. Mara looking at clearing that first checkpoint. They do clear it, taking themselves out in the process, but Abundant Adrenaline now 3 players down. Make that a soft wipe now as Brainy Break picks up the Rainmaker once again. Iciest Ice did not see the suction bomb, taking them on out right there by Peter. And Peter just here, they want to take out that Rainmaker. They have the Trizuka. Are they going to be able to take them out? No, they are not. Minor takes them out instead with the Rainmaker, and they're going to look at pushing that Rainmaker even further, but they get taken on out by the Splat Bomb. Stopped right on in their tracks, but 2 players down now on the side of Brainy Break. That might be the end, but no, 3 players then go down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline, getting Brainy Break to go even further, all the way down to 8 points remaining. That is going to be an incredible push for Abundant Adrenaline to get that counter push going, but they are going for the push over to the left, maybe looking at getting that flank push going, but Ferrari is going to help and try and get that pincer attack onto the Rainmaker, stopping it in its tracks. They only got it down to 42, but remember, in Rainmaker, it doesn't matter how good of a push you make. All you need to do is take home the lead. And Ferrari going to take on out Mara, but Kyodai is going to take them back out in retaliation. And now, just trying to find something to happen, trying to make things work. Both teams just pushing and pulling against each other at this point, trying to see what routes are available, trying to see what can happen, trying to see what bombs might make its picks as Andreas gets that splat there, and the Rainmaker gets reset back to the center of the map. The hammer is going to go and get popped on out, is going to make a straight on path and get that smack down onto Ferrari, and Andreas is going to get another spot, but the Rainmaker doing its own thing in the back court there. Brainy Break is going to briefly pick it up, but they're going to get shut on down, and now Andreas, they have the Rainmaker. They want to push it further, but a Tri-Slosher to the face will stop that right there as Ferrari stopped him in the tracks. Get Kyodai added to their splat total as well, getting more trades, getting more picks, and making more damage. And another splat on Tomorrow there with the inkjet with only 20 seconds left on the clock. Abundant Adrenaline needs to take out the Rainmaker, and a hammer will do that. Now, 10 seconds left on the clock. We are going to see this match head on into overtime. If Brainy Break, the hammer comes out and takes the Rainmaker, and that will be the game. Brainy Break might have the start of a reverse sweep coming. It's a good way to get it started, taking home this game. But they've still got another whole 3 games before they can consider that this tournament might be theirs. Now, we're done over there. The pump track has been cleared out of the way. Now it's time for Robo Ramen Clam Blitz. It's... What do I like to say about this variant of the map? It's nice how there's that flank over to the right? But it's not really ever a flank to take your clams. It's a flank for you to take your players, to just get on the other side of the team and make a bit of havoc, do a bit of damage, make something happen. And with weapons that can really do some damage. Let's take a look at the weapons that these players have opted to maybe choose that they might bring in. From this, yeah, we're probably expecting this. Well, you know, some things just never change. Might see Ferrari actually decide to bring out the Stamper or even the Machine just to get those flanks on the aggression. And then on the side of Abundant Adrenaline, could see maybe a change to... Where could we see a change? Maybe Andreas goes over to the Tri-Stringer. Can be quite good and quite useful, especially when you get perched up onto your snipe and just being able to quickly go and shoot your shots all the way into mid. Gives them a lot of opportunities there for them to maybe choose that, pick that. But they'll need to do that. They'll need to counterplay against each other. And now we're up to game number 5. Robo Ramen, Clam Blitz, Abundant Adrenaline still sitting at match point. Brainy Break looking to start their own reverse sweep. What will these two teams do in the game? And, Ferrari is going to go and stick on with the Tri-Slosher. But also on the side of Abundant Adrenaline, they're going to opt to bring in the Heavy Splatling. Good pick for them there. But as we've seen from Abundant Adrenaline a lot today, they like to bring in the 96 Gal Deco, which, as sure a lot of you know, will have that Kraken cheese. So expect to see super jumps coming on in there as two players do go down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Brainy Break looking at getting some clams, looking at getting something happening here. There goes the first Kraken of the match, and ICS Dice sees them. They get the opportunity, and they are going to shoot that clam straight on into the basket, getting an early lead at 1 minute into this game, but without much to follow it up on. That is a very easy thing for Abundant Adrenaline to just retake and take back control, especially with Kyodai getting that spot onto ICS Sized, and Peter right up in the face of Brainy Break with that power clamp. But are they going to be able to deliver it into the pedestal? They do get that splat, and now the path is almost paid for them. They go and jump, they score it in, but they're going to need to follow up with something more if they want to take home the lead. Mara here, but they get stuck on Ink, and Miner punishes them right then and there. So Brainy Break is going to go and hold on to that lead by a slim margin, keep that maintained up into their favor. And now Peter looking at trying to get ICS Eyes, but they don't see Ferrari right on their back. They're going to get taken on out by them. And now Ferrari gets another splat on Tamara. A Kraken is popped out, and wisely they decide to get on the only player who had that, Kyodai. And now Peter is going to try and do something happen. ICS picks up the Rainmaker, the Power Clamp, but they are all down and dropped. And 3 players down. Unfortunately, being down there, not much is going to happen. They get the jump, but are they going to be able to open the basket? They do a very odd throw, which misses, but Miner gets the dodge rolls to get both of those power clamps in, getting them all the way down to 30 points remaining, albeit a wipeout in the process, but still a very great push for them to be in a great position for them to be in. But Peter gets that splat on to Miner, and now Ferrari again just doing a lot of damage with that Tri-Slosher. Gets the splat onto Kyodai, gets the splat onto Andreas. Can they make that a triple? Gets the Inkjet out. Are they going to get the splat onto Peter as well? Yes, they are. Can they make it a quad? They see Mara. Are they going to do anything there? But Mara's on their jump. They are there to punish them. But Mara gets punished instead. Now 2 players are down on the side of Brainy Break and Abundant Adrenaline. The Kraken comes out. And they do have that power clamp in Razorn. The jumps come out. The basket gets broken. And another power clamp doesn't go in. They do manage to get it stopped right before it gets to that point. And now with only 1 player left alive on the side of Brainy Break, Abundant Adrenaline looking to finally get a good counter push going. Getting some splats, Iciest going down. But the only carrier who had the power clamp goes down, and the power clamp drops on down into the dungeon there. And now with a minute left on the clock, Abundant Adrenaline are desperately looking at getting some clams scored into Brainy Break's basket. And they need to have something, and they need to do things now if they want that to happen. They don't have long to do so. A Kraken comes out from the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Peter watching that Kraken, and there they go, there with the jump. Are they going to be able to open the basket? No, they are not. They get shut on down by the Kraken, but Brainy Break, Ferrari is the only one left alive. They're still going to be able to defend. They're going to be able to hold on. They're going to make sure that no power clamp is going to go in. But there we go. There's the basket broken. The Splattershot Jr. up all the way in spawn. The only member left alive. That will be the end of that push for Abundant Adrenaline. And unless they can get a power clamp made very quickly, that will be another game going into Brainy Break's favor. They're going. They're keeping up the reverse lead. They might be able to continue it. They're doing well. We'll have to see. We'll take another look back at what we'll be seeing next on the map list. Excuse the extended overlays. These aren't built for a best of 7. We normally just do a best of 5 here. But next up, we'll be seeing a tower control on Miko Mart. Now, Abundant Adrenaline, they did take home Crableg Capital tower control. So they do, but they also took home the first Clan Blitz game, Barnacle and Dime. So Brainy Break, now that they've seen how they've played in their different modes in this room, maybe they're looking at trying to get that retake on going. But also, Brainy Break has only really taken control of the modes that are like aggressive favored, as in you have control, full control over the objective. Now we're returning to more of the modes that you don't have so much control. You physically have to be on the tower. The zone doesn't move. So we've seen how well they've been doing in these modes where they have absolute control over the objective. But now as we move back to the modes where you don't have that control as much, but they're also on a winning streak, it really could go either way, you know. I just don't know what to expect here. Although I do expect to see, you know, some things that have been carbon copy about what these players, obviously Kyoto will return with that Clash Blast and continually make havoc with that. We'll probably see a few shots come out from both sides, but we'll get to see that right now as we're going into game number 6, the grand finals. I'm going to see a tri-stringer is going to come out from the side of Abundant Adrenaline. And Brainy Break, seeing that how well these last 2 games have been going, they're going to keep up their comp that they've been going so far. And Abundant Adrenaline, though, they take first control of the tower, but they then go 2 players down. That's going to now give Brainy Break an opportunity to retake control and get control over mid now. And now they have control of the tower, looking at maybe pushing that a bit further or just getting up some paint, maybe being able to secure their area first so they know they can really get a push going. They can really get a lockdown started, and they have something in the works. Trixie over here on the back line with the heavy splatling, looking at to maybe have something happen. They do get the Kraken on out, looking at getting some of those picks there, but with only a few seconds left before that goes and despawns, they opt to wisely back on out of there. But the Trizuka aiming straight at their face, narrowly avoiding that, narrowly keeping their life in the process, as Abundant Adrenaline heads on in to the first checkpoint. But the double bomb splat onto Peter and Mara is certainly going to work into Brainy Break's favor. Now 3 players down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Brainy Break wants to get the checkpoint into their favor now, as they look at on it, and with Trixie on the towers, the Kraken, they're going to get pushed off, however, by the triple ink strike there. But it is going to be enough for them to clear through that checkpoint, which is going to put them at a good advantage going in for the rest of the game. And now, Ferrari gets the splat onto Mara with the inkjet, looking at maybe to get something else going, maybe to get a few more splats. Maybe they'll consider even a flank though. But the first thing they need to consider is to make sure the members all around the tower on the side of Abundant Adrenaline are out of there. They're just making sure they're on the edge here. They're watching, they know where they are. They're just making sure, but Kyodai has the advantage. The Tri-Slosh's biggest range is the height that the shots can go. And Kyodai gets that splat as well onto Trixie. 2 in a row going on to their name there. And now Kyodai looking to do something, but they get taken out on it by Miner. Everyone dancing around the tower on the checkpoint. And that is going to go get re-on-set back to the middle of the map. No team really having a solid lead so far. 59, certainly a good lead, but not exactly a solid lead as 2 players go down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. That's going to give Brainy Break a little bit of an advantage here as they go and push the tower forward. Now, triple ink strike is ready on the side of RCS Ice. They have that ready. They're looking at firing that forward. They're looking at maybe trying to help something have some movement going. But with the flank out there from Peter, getting 3 members down, make that, no, not 4 yet. Oh no, it is 4 as they get taken out on the ledge there. But now, Abundant Adrenaline, they want the lead back into their favor. They want control. They want to end this tournament right here, but Ferrari isn't saying anything to that as they take out the member dancing on the tower. Now, Brainy Break trying to get that tower reset back to the middle. Miner pops out with the crab, looking to really get some splats, really displace those members of Abundant Adrenaline. Peter there eyeing off the flank, but they get spotted on out. It's a constant espionage war here in the supermarket as both teams just constantly trying to see where each other are, trying to scope out where they could be. And they're just sneaking alongside each other. Trixie comes on in with the Kraken, hops onto the tower, tries to look for Christ believers. And now, I don't know where that came from. I am very sleep deprived right now. I hope you excuse me. A few seconds left on the clock. And will they just triple ink strikes going everywhere? And that will be the game for Brainy Break. Setting it to 3-3. They really could get that reverse sweep. They are now at the point. They're now at match point themselves. It's coming. It's coming along, ladies and gentlemen. With my mental health suffering in the process. But it's here. Game number 7 of the grand finals of this yearly tournament. It really, as a TO, it couldn't go on any better. As someone who has been awake since 11 a.m. yesterday, nearly 23 hours of eyes awakeness. I don't know how long I can handle this for. This better, well, good thing it's the last game then, I should say. But here we are. Teams have been lined on. Oh. Nope, they went back. They went back. Did they do a mistake? I'm waiting. Give me some confirmation. Give me some light of day. What are they saying in their chat? No, there we go. Come on. There we go. Now they're locked in. The countdown has begun. Thank you for putting the tournament together. No problem. It is a joy putting them together and, you know, giving you guys an opportunity. Because, you know, free agents, you don't always get regular opportunities for all of you to be put together into one tournament. Although that next one won't be till April, because we've got something special coming in March. I'll talk a bit more about that after this game. It's the last game of the tournament. Game numero 7. You can barely see it on the corner of the screen, half cut out there. Crab Leg Capital on Splat Zones. Yeah, the point favor. 71% of you voted for the Abundant Adrenalines, and now here we are. It could really go any way right now. But time will have to tell us what the result will be. I'm gonna have to find that out very, very shortly. As soon as these teams have locked themselves on in, fastened their seatbelts. Not fastened their seatbelts, fastened their ink tanks, I should say. Locked in their weapons and make sure their special charge up is all ready to go. It is here. It is time. The game number 7 of the IDTGA All-Stars. Brainy Break against Abundant Adrenaline. What comp changes do we have here? And I can almost say, with the exception of the ballpoint, is the only change we're seeing on the field here. Hype is flowing on into the chat as the first control of the game goes into the favor of Brainy Break. But they don't hold control for very long as they go a player down, but also Abundant Adrenaline goes a player down. That gives them the ability to maintain control for a bit longer. Andreas pops out the inkjet, looking to get players, looking to get some splats, but they go and jump themselves on out to a bit more safety. Brainy Break, 2 players down as Abundant Adrenaline takes control of the zone, giving a 17-point on penalty. Peter looking at trying to punish on that inkjet, and they got punished indeed. Zone in neutral, and with only 1 member left alive on the side of Brainy Break, that is going to be a very easy cap for them. And with that member also going, that's going to make it a soft wipe against Brainy Break as Abundant Adrenaline takes the lead into their favor. And now looking to get some more spots, making to displace the members of Brainy Break. Try Zuka, and a wipeout is going to allow Abundant Adrenaline to get a lot more points onto the board. They're going to get those all the way down into the 30s. I'll play it down on both sides now. Crab is ready from Miner, and they're going to want to set that zone into neutral. They're going to try and cap it into their favor. But with 3 members behind, Trixie does get that splat onto Peter. They want to get more splats though so they can stop the members from painting that zone. But is that going to be the game? And yes, it is. Abundant Adrenaline narrowly stopping Brainy Break from getting that reverse sweep, stopping them at the last opportunity. And they will become your IDTGA All-Stars for 2024. Congratulations. And whoa, what a set. I was not expecting that to go up to a game 7. And while I am glad, I'm also very, very tired. So we will be doing a very quick wrap up. If I can type some letters into this, give me 1 second because I need to type things, and I cannot type and think at the same time with this mindset. But I can type so much quicker if I'm not talking. It is insane. But congratulations to Abundant Adrenaline. You are the All-Star Champions. And yes, I will certainly be sleeping after this. But what you guys should certainly not sleep on is for the entire duration of March, we've got a special event for you. And that's going to be the Creator Clash. And it's going to be a little bit different this season. We've had 2 previous seasons of the Creator Clash, obviously very different to what we normally run here at Off the Dial IDTGA. But now that's only one half. Now we've got a whole separate section for the Creator Clash. And we're calling it, we've got the Creator Clash Showdown. Which is pretty much, it's a 4v4 where the game change every single game and become more and more crazier as the set progresses. And as an added bonus, guys, as chat, you will have some control over the event. That's not something you get to see in an event like this. And that'll happen 3 times over the course of 3 weeks, and then it'll end out with your standard Creator Clash called, renaming that over to the Creator Clash Royale. That will happen all in March. More details will be occurring on our Twitter. You can see it right there at Off the Dial _ between those 2 letters. You can also check that out on the Discord. We'll be posting all that, but we'll get more information confirmed once we know the exact roster of all the creators who will be coming on into the Creator Clash. So stay tuned on for that. But for now, thanks everyone for coming along for the All-Stars. We'll see you in March for the Creator Clash. See you then.